So a couple days ago, I posted a community post saying that I wasn't going to make a Sunday video, but I found a really good reason to get out of my bed, which I'm sick right now, and make a Sunday video. So if I don't sound at the top of my game right now, it's because my throat is sore, and I'm kind of sneezing a little bit, and I'm sick. But I literally just now finished episode 4 of the Walten files, and I went back and rewatched a specific part of it just because I wanted to make this a video, and I was like, yeah, this is something that I can talk about. This is very well deserving of my time and your time. Heavy spoilers ahead, by the way. The introduction to actually, the better animation in a lot of these. The animation is very fluid at a lot of these points, especially near the ending of the episode, when we see Susan get mutilated by Bon. And then we go into Wonderland, which is, another place now. And I have to say, this was a fantastic, opening to this part. You see Ed and Molly first, and then all of a sudden you see Susan, and then Bon comes in, the thing that's been teased up from the beginning of the episode, just kind of cutting randomly to that white space where you can see the face. It gave me goosebumps. It's fantastic. The episode very much does not lose steam whatsoever throughout the entire episode. It just kind of keeps going. It starts scary, and then it goes into a lot more narrative focus, which I have to say is absolutely excellent for this series. I don't think that it could have been done any better. Now this is the point in the video where I actually want to delve deeper into a specific part of the narrative that I actually just kind of thought was fantastically written. It's very well done. And that's the conflict between the two main characters of the entire series, Felix and Walton. Starting from the very beginning of the episode, we actually get to see a more in-person style of what happened in the previous one in Bunny Farm, where the kids go up to Felix and although he's drunk, drives them home. And then we get to, a little bit later on, we get to actually the scene where Walton is banging on Felix's door, but he's not answering because he's not there right now. This is a direct callback to Bunny Farm. I think already this is a very emotionally strong sequence, especially that we actually see Walton drive up to Felix's house and then park the car. And you can actually kind of see the anger on his face in just that small section where he's driving the car, even though that is completely dark everywhere else. Sorry, my sick mind just made that word up. But we get a certain emotion that Walton is angry in this moment, and as he should be, he doesn't know where these two kids are. And the last person that was taking care of them was Felix. Later on, we actually get to know that it had been 3 days since Felix talked to Walton at all, and that he'd been either talking to himself or creating logs for himself because of how guilty he felt. So let's get actually onto the Felix part. I think this is the most exciting part of the entire episode, but exciting that the fact that this is a very good narrative. It starts off with the doll that Molly had, and Felix kind of sitting there too. The doll and Felix are sitting together, kind of I'm not sure exactly where they are, but they're definitely in the woods. They're both bloodied up, and they're just sitting across from each other. And then after this, it immediately cuts to just a small section that I actually want to analyze. And this is a section where Felix is dead in the car with the kids. Now, okay, it's pretty self-explanatory enough that Felix is dead, he's bloody, he's dead, he's in the car, they all died in the crash. But in reality, Felix actually survives the crash. And what's so good about this specific scene, before I get into actually another really fantastically made scene, is that this scene, specifically, him bloody in the car, describes exactly what's about to happen next. The rest of the part with Felix actually kind of shows that he wishes he died in the crash. This image of him practically explains the rest of the section with Felix. It's practically foreshadowing what's about to come. And in his guilt, basically, after he digs graves for the two kids and himself, hoping that he died, he takes the rest of the belongings of the kids and throws them into the ocean. But the one thing that he's not able to throw away is Molly's doll. That's also was sitting right beside him when the crash happened. Him just sitting in the woods with that thing. He's unable to throw it away, even though he faces so much guilt with it. But I think the best part of this episode, the best narrative in the entire series so far, is the fact that he's about to throw himself into the ocean too. And basically, he can't. He doesn't want to, and he can't, even though that he holds this guilt with him now. This anger, this sadness for exactly what he had just done. He's unable to finish himself off too. And this place where he's at right now is a very realistic depiction of guilt, where you just want to throw every single last thing away. You want to throw yourself away. You just don't want to continue, but you want to at the same time. It's a clash of these emotions. He just accidentally killed 2 kids of one of his best friends. And there's so much to come from this, but he's unable to do what he think he should do, which is throw himself off too. What stands out to me with this entire sequence, and specifically the part where he's about to throw himself into the ocean too, is how even though that this is animated, these are animated characters, no one is real, this scene feels real. It feels like a correct response to what would happen if this was a real event. Unable to do what you think is right in the situation, but at the same time unaware of what's going to happen next, what's going to happen later, and what's happening right now. It's a confused state of exactly what's to come and what you should do, and I think that's exactly why this scene feels real. It struck emotion with me when I watched it. I thought it was very well done, and I came here to make another video, even though that I'm sick, to talk about this and to just praise this scene, because this is real. This is a fantastic narrative, and I think that the entire team for the Walten Files episode 4 did a fantastic job. I'm going to go back to bed because I'm kind of tired and I'm still sick, but I think that if you haven't put the thought into exactly what this scene shows, you should go watch the episode again. Just watch the entire episode again, or just skip to the scene and understand the sequence with this lens that I just gave to you. This is a fantastic episode, and I'm so excited for what's to come. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm enchanted.